just walking back from the pub, and the reason why I'm starting this video here is because what I'm going to talk about concerns going to the pub and eating food, which a lot of people make the mistake with. So I'll stop it now and I'll continue when I get in the house. This video on my way home from a pub, and the reason why I did is today we went for, every 6 or 7 weeks I go and meet a few people who've retired from my place of work. We go in a Wetherspoons, we have a couple of pints usually, or a couple of shandies, and then I have a meal. Today I had jacket potatoes with roasted veg potatoes, roasted veg, some chili con carne beans on top, and a Mediterranean salad, onion rings, and then I had apple crumble for afters and 2 pints of porter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the last time I actually went drinking was bank holiday, and what I done is the morning after I took a picture of my stomach, the next day I took a picture of my stomach, the day after I took a picture of my stomach, and the day after that I took a picture of my stomach. And I've done it on purpose so you can see how the water retention and the bloating dissipates, because since Monday I've been back on my normal diet, not eating any more than I should do. Today I went to the pub, didn't have my breakfast fully this morning, I had half my breakfast, didn't have my full dinner because I knew I was drinking 2 pints of lager or 2 pints of stout. It was actually porter today, and having a meal in the Wetherspoons. And because a jacket potato in a Wetherspoons is probably 300 calories more than it is when you're at home, because they fry everything and cook things differently, I compensated for that. So I won't have put on any weight, but tomorrow morning my stomach will be slightly inflamed. What I'm going to do now is stop this video and I'm going to show you 4 clips in a row of me. Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. And you'll see this morning my stomach was back to normal. I've just took a picture of my stomach now, or a video of my stomach now. I'll play that after I've come back. That, my friend, is 4 pints of beer, a shit ton of carbohydrates. This is the morning after. I'm standing here naturally, not breathing in, not doing anything. Okay, now if I stand properly, like a bit more like that, you can see it goes in a bit more. Now if I do what most fitness influencers do when they're on set, it's a lot better. Now, there's a bit of fat here, which there always has been. You can see it, yeah? But it's solid. There's also loads of carb everywhere. Carb-induced coma. So tomorrow, that probably won't be there. So what I'll do is tomorrow, I'll do the same. And we'll see. Alcohol. Following day, I'm not breathing out, I'm just leaving it naturally. Right, so then if I breathe in slightly, so where I should be, and if I breathe in like influencers do, you see the fat's not there like it was yesterday. Because most of this hasn't got the water retention in it that it had from the alcohol. So now I stand normally, and now I breathe in. Now this is 3 days. Well, no, second day after alcohol. As you can see, there's still a bit here. But what most fitness influencers do as well is they put their trousers here, cover this bit up. And you can see I've got a 6-pack is there. And then they take pictures just like that. So it looks like they've got a 6-pack and not showing this because of the optical illusion. But you can see how less bloated I am now because I'm not retaining water. I'm not perfect, but there's still a little bit there of fat that I'm trying to lose at the moment, but this is realistic. So this next clip, as you can see, my stomach's flatter than it was from day 1, and basically a lot of that was water retention. And your body compensating for it, because when you drink alcohol, your body has to, or your liver can't process it. It has to stop processing any food, anything else that it's got in its system, and it processes the alcohol, then it continues with what it's doing. So there's a delay. So all these people who go out the weekend and go, oh my God, I'm 4 or 5 pounds heavier. Ah! And then 3 or 4 days later, you're back to your weight that you were before, as long as you don't overeat. Okay? So this is my stomach now. I've just come back from the pub. Full day of eating, 2 pints of beer. It's 5 o'clock in the afternoon, or should I say evening, and I've just come back from the pub and I've had loads of food. I've done this one on purpose because this is the last time I'm drinking until I go on holiday, but I just needed to show how the bloating happens. As you can see, it's slightly food baby-y, but nothing special. So this is what happens. People go on holiday, they drink alcohol, they have a good time, and then they go, oh, I'm 4 pounds overweight. I've put on 7 pounds, or I feel bloated. Do you? Are you really bloated? Do you really need to go on a diet? How have you thought about it? How have you prepped before you went? Because the reason why I'm doing this video is because I find it really difficult right now, because I've been having a lot of issues with people when I've gone calories in, calories out, and I've been getting a lot of people going, oh, but it's not just about calories in, calories out, there's genetics, there's this, there's that. Rah, I hate it when people say, if you were in my house, you would have got a proper portion at the dinner table, not 4 portions worth, that's why you eat too much. There's all reasons why people eat too much. It could be, there's a whole host of reasons why people eat too much. But if you've actually been born with a medical condition, something like, someone mentioned type 1 diabetes, and I'm like, yeah, well, the type 1 diabetics I know are not overweight and have issues with eating, but obviously that does happen. Well, these people who their brain doesn't tell their stomach that it's full up, or people who've got thyroids that work at half the speed of everyone else, or someone who's just got some kind of weird genetic problem. There are obviously diseases that cause people to not function as calories in, calories out of food, of proteins, carbohydrates and fats, like everyone else. There are a handful of people, but it's not as the percentage of the population like people are making out. You know, I've got full sympathy for people who are in this situation, but if you've got overweight due to just eating too much, we can sit here and argue a toss about who's wrong and who's right all day, but half the time it's because you've eaten too much and you didn't move enough. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm getting attacked constantly for, oh, you're just arrogant, you're just ignorant, and I go, sorry, Americans, but I say, are you an American to the person who's talking to me? And 9 out of 10 times the conversation stops then, because don't get me wrong, I live in England and we have, you know, not the best thing when it comes to people being overweight. We're catching up with other countries, but our food chain is nowhere near as bad as America's. I've never seen anything like it. You put sugar in bloody bread. It's just, there's sugar in everything. I went to America, how long ago? 20 years ago. I'd never go back because the food, sorry, but the food was shocking. I had to eat starters. I don't think I ordered a main meal the entire week I was there. I ate starters. They're huge. The portion sizes are just huge. And then the food's shocking. It's just so, they're cutting corners of everything, you know, like, we don't store our eggs in the refrigerator, for argument's sake. And Americans are like, well, what do you mean you don't store it in the fridge? Well, because our eggs aren't cleaned and processed the same way theirs are. There's silly little things, like they do things to their chicken that we don't do, and their cows are treated like they eat corn and live in cesspits of shit, you know, on ranches in the middle of a desert or whatever. So they just, you look at cows in America and where they live, and you think, wow, you know. In England, they're on a green, in a green like field 9 out of 10 times. Obviously, there are other exceptions to that, but it's just like, it is extreme. But then they've got a massive bit of land and everything, you know, no disrespect to Americans, everything's so big all the time. We live in a little island, so we're a bit smaller and a little bit more stiff upper lip, I think. But I'm getting so much shit from people who are, you know, I'm not a fat shamer. I don't give a fuck if you're overweight or not. That's up to you. It's your responsibility. It's fuck all to do with me. But if you've got an actual medical condition, I feel sorry for people because that can't be nice. But it's not, the whole population can't have a fucking medical condition. Some of you must be eating too much and not moving enough. Sorry, but it's a fact. Anyway, hopefully this has helped see that drinking alcohol does actually inflame you. Peace, love and light.